Attention, the following video is going to totally kick. If you enjoy any of it and or have a large please click the like button below. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday morning. Welcome back to the warehouse of internet retail. Hope you guys had a good Memorial Day weekend. I didn't really do anything myself, just hung out around the house, played some video games with the kids, and just chilled. That was about it, but I hope everybody had one, and yeah, I hope everybody had a good one. So yeah, I did a little bit of work yesterday, but I just didn't turn the camera on. It's Tuesday morning, got a mail pickup coming as per usual, and I've got some orders here to show you. Here we go. So this isn't all of it. I've got eBay sales after this, both on the eBay account and the main account, so I will show you guys that later. We got another one of our Dragonite Premier deck holders selling for about $51. Another Pokemon Go gift tin set of 3 sold for $75. We got the Mewtwo V Union Big Daddy coming in at $125. Look at that. Evo Skies, Chilling Rain, Vivid Voltage. What else is in there? Sword and Shield base back there. We got the Glaceon and Leafeon V-Star bundle there for $140. The Dragonite V and Hoopa V bundle there for $150. That's actually crazy that the Glaceon, Leafeon V-Stars, now that I look at that. Oh, wait, actually, it's probably... Well, no, they both have Evo Skies. I don't know. That's crazy. You'd think Glaceon, Leafeon V-Star, you would think for sure would go better than, I mean, Dragonite's cool, but Hoopa? Who cares about Hoopa? And they both have Fusion Strike and Evo Skies. That's crazy. Yeah, I might slow down on my sales on those, because those are undervalued, in my opinion. Miraidon League Battle Decks, I actually sold, like, 10, I think, to a buyer on eBay as well. So this is just TCG Player. So we got one order of 3 here, and then 2 single orders there. The order of 3 went for about $60. They're selling for about $19.90 a pop on TCG Player. We got the Cleaver V-Star box going for $50. We got the Brilliant Stars 3-packs going for $31.49 a pop. And we have a Battle Styles art set. Again, I don't know why these are selling as well as they are all of a sudden, but we got $30 on the art set for Battle Styles. And then we've got some singles here. We got the Tag Team Bunny and Jigglypuff sold for $19. The Arcanine Hollow sold for $2.20. And the Psyduck Reverse Hollow sold for $1.99. So that is all the TCG Player sales. I'm going to go get it all packed up real quick and then start working on eBay sales. And we're back with table number 2. Here we go. Some decent sales over on eBay, even though I haven't listed any inventory since the 14th. So I'm actually really happy with the main account eBay sales that are still coming in, because I'm just not daily listing like I was. So the big one here, the really cool fish tank that looks like a gumball machine. I took this all apart, got the light bulb was tested. I got the light bulb tested, made sure it was working, got some good photos and everything, and all the hard work paid off. It sold for $125, so that's a good one there. We got Super Putty SNES manual sold for $9 plus ship, about $4.63 on shipping. Mickey Mouse Capade on NES sold for $5 plus another $5 ship. We got the Crash Bandicoot Warped Instruction Manual only here, sold for $12 free shipping. Then we got another one of our NFL Pro Line boxes sold for $40. 2 more of our Battle League deck Miraidons sold. The same buyer messed up and just had to place 2 orders, but they're both the same guy. Then we got, this is pretty cool. This is just one of the things that was in that massive pile of like G.I. Joe and Star Wars action figures and all that stuff that I went through. I found this. It's a Leonard Corpse Vehicle Jeep 2012 Sky Devils Muddy Launcher, apparently. After researching it and figuring it out, got it listed for $15 and it sold. This is kind of crazy. It's an Up, Disney's Up, you know, the movie, Cincy bar. Sold for $10, but then somebody paid $15 to ship it internationally, which is kind of crazy. We got a Tenacious D Pick of Destiny sold for, wait, that's another international sale there, for $10, and then they paid $14 to ship it. What is going on? These international sales. And then this one is a satisfying sale to see. So this is another one of those items that I bought at least 150, maybe more of these decks way back in the day just to increase Pokemon allocations at about $19 a piece, give or take. And for years, sold them at a loss or break even around 20, 25 bucks. And just now they're starting to go for right around $40. So a buyer reached out. He wanted to build a bunch of decks for a local tournament or something like that. So he was interested in a larger quantity. So I gave him 10 of them, which is a sealed case of 8 plus 2. I gave him 10 at $34 a piece. So the total came out to $340 on that. So it's nice to finally see a little bit of profit on those. And I still have like 8 cases of them. So we're starting to move those around on TCG Player and eBay and see what we can do. So there it is. I'm going to get all this stuff packed up. Haven't been over here for a while. Just wanted to give a continued shout out to all the people that chose to be a channel member and are keeping the subscription going. Thank you guys very much. I haven't forgot about you. We just haven't had a new one to shout out in a while. So haven't been spending time over there at the door much. It's Thursday. I skipped vlogging completely yesterday because there was a low sale volume and I was trying to get ahead on editing short form content for my Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, check me out if you don't mind. I try to post, if it's a couple minute video, it's a shocker. It's a long one. Primarily it's like anywhere from like 10 seconds to 30-second clips of just me playing video games, old moments that I kind of chopped up into like funny moments and just like little fun shareable, like doom scrolling type content. So if you guys follow me over there and you want to throw some likes and some replies and some retweets on my videos, that would be greatly appreciated, because I've been trying to do 10 posts a day. I did that for years and I forgot how stressful it was. Even though they're short form content, trying to do 70 videos a week and just all the logistics of editing and uploading and scheduling and monitoring and all of that behind the scenes and getting back into that is kind of been very taxing. And so anyways, if you guys want to follow me over there and support that content or check it out, I would very much appreciate it. But so yeah, that's what I was doing yesterday. And I'll be honest with you guys, with the TCG Player sale and the volume of sales that was coming in on both eBay and TCG Player all at the same time over the past month. I mean, you guys have seen the board. Before this week's numbers, we're just shy of 50,000, so a $50,000 sales month. I'm pretty burnt out. It was a lot. And mixing that with like my son's final week of 6th grade and going to the awards assembly for that little mini graduation type stuff, and baseball season kicking up for my youngest boy. And now just a couple days ago I had to have a plumber had to come out. We had our pressure tank for our before the main water line comes into the house, and then it goes into a pressure tank, so that way you have water pressure throughout the whole house and it can pump the water throughout your whole system for whatever you've got going on. The bladder inside my pressure tank had like a hole or a rupture or some sort like that, so I had to get a new pressure tank installed. So when there's people over doing like major maintenance in the house that I don't know, I like to be in the house, not out here working. So it's just been a crazy week, some doctor's appointments and stuff like that, and just kind of everything all coming together at once. Just haven't been picking up the camera as much. I apologize for that. And I've also been lazier on like updating the prices on TCG Player. Like, I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, we've already cleared 50 grand this month. If we have a $1,000 week, am I really gonna be upset about it? And I've also been kind of having this like internal discussion with myself. It's like, is it worth pushing myself to like, when I started these vlogs, it was fun because you guys were excited and I was excited and it was new, and it's like, how high can we go? Like, I want to do $10,000 a month. Oh man, we did $20,000 a month, and then $50,000 a month, and it's like, what's next? I mean, it's 75 grand. Like, but do I need to do that? Or like Pokemon is, as long as, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be into this if I didn't believe in the long-term longevity of Pokemon and the Pokemon market. So, you know, in my mind, it's all just going to go up. Do I really need to like work as hard as I have been to sell as much as I can and more and more and more and higher and higher and higher? Or can I just relax a little bit, take it a little easier, a little less mentally straining, a little less physically straining, and just let stuff sell as it sells and still have good months, just not as good of months? I don't know. I'm kind of in that mindset right now of like, how hard do we need to go? I also do need space. So like, it's good, you know, to move some stuff. I definitely need to get some stuff out while the market's high. And we're doing that. So let me show you our sales. Sorry for that ramble, that rant. Here we go. All right, here we go. So you see some cases over here. Stuff's been kind of crazy with what's going on here. Let me show you the other stuff first. So we got Lucario V-Star, again, sold for, what do those go for? $60. We got the Shining Fates Pikachu for $40. The Celebrations Pikachu V-Union for $74. We sold 5 of the Brilliant Stars 3-pack blisters at $31.49 a piece. So the subtotal on that was $157.45. Another Dragonite V-Star Premier deck holder. I need to do a count. I think I was just mentioning this recently, but I need to do a count on how many of these are left. And I think I might hold a percentage of my inventory a little bit longer until the market kind of catches up on the... I feel like these are undervalued. They're definitely up a little bit, and I'm making a little bit of profit after fees and shipping, but at $51, I still think they're a little undervalued. It's a pretty unique product. There's never been, as far as I know, there's no other like good premier deck holder in the shape of a Pokeball, and it's Dragonite. It's a super popular Pokemon. Pokemon Go itself just isn't a hot set right now. I think eventually Pokemon Go will pop, and when that does, these will probably be closer to $100 more realistically in my mind. So yeah, we might kind of chill out on the sales of those. We got a couple standard eBay sales here, main account eBay, whatever you want to call it. This is $15 here. Oh, they did pay $15 shipping on top of that, so that's nice. It's one of those like vintage Avon perfume bottle things in the shape of a deer with like really weird horns that are kind of like in an array that don't make sense. They should be like pointing the other. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, Super Mario Kart SNES manual sold for $10. And we got a Flareon single here for $1.47. So some easy sales repetition, sales feedback, whatever you want to call it. Basically, when you sell on TCG Player, the number of sales next to your name is like kind of the indicator of how legit you are, and like your feedback, like obviously. But you know, I want to be a 10,000 sales seller. I want to have that little 10,000 next to my name. I think that looks really, like when you see somebody selling stuff, if you see a seller with like 200 sales and then you see another seller, even if their price is a little higher, but they've got 10,000 sales, you're more, I would lean towards that person. So like they know what they're doing. They know how to ship. They know how to fulfill orders. They're clearly doing things right because their account is still in good standing, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I sell those singles. That's my driveway alarm. Pay no mind. Then we got some Fusion Strike art bundles. So each art bundle is 4 different arts, and they bought 3 of those art bundles for a total of $149.49. Then we got a case of Darkness Ablaze ETBs, so I'm super happy to see that go. Cases of ETBs, just I hate how big they are and how few of packs is actually in that product, because you think there's like, I don't know if that's an 8-pack ETB or a 10-pack ETB, but max, let's say it's 10 packs. And then there's 10 ETBs, so you're talking 100 packs in that giant case, to where, you know, 3 booster boxes is essentially the same amount of packs. 3 booster boxes. These 3 little spots on a shelf, same amount of packs that are in here. That giant case. So I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of cases of ETBs right now. And I think going forward in the future, when I get ETBs, I'm just going to sell them as quickly as possible, even if they are break even or at a loss, just to get the space back in my warehouse. So anyways, that brings us to, oh, and the that case went for $640. So not too bad there. Then we got these Rayquaza Keldeo decks that you guys have probably been seeing go out from time to time. But these are cases, obviously, so there's 8 each. I had a buyer reach out, and he wanted a little bit of a deal, so I gave him like 5% off. He bought 8, which is a single case, and then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, I think I restocked the inventory on the listing, and he didn't realize that I had more, so then he's like, oh, I want more, so he wanted 2 more cases, so he bought those. So that's $598 and $303, so what do you got? You've got about $900 there on those 3 cases. And then the case that we sold the other day, you guys might have seen, I got a message from the same buyer, same thing. He's like, hey, I need more of these. And then he was trying to go quite a bit lower. And I was like, dude, I'm shipping out 3. Literally, this was like an hour ago. I was like, I'm shipping out 3 cases this morning at $37 a piece. So I think his offer was like, he wanted to go 33 a piece. And I was like, no, I'm getting messages on these. Everybody's buying singles at the full price. Like, I don't need to like slash the price that low. And he probably thought I was, just lying to like hold my price and not give him a deal. But like, I'm literally shipping out 3 cases to another buyer this morning at $37 a piece. So he was like, all right, I'll take the rest of what you have at $37 a piece. So I sold 4 more cases at $37 a piece here for $1,184. So we have 7 cases of Rayquaza Keldeo going out. And then I think I have 4 from a partial case, and that's it. I was just looking it up. I had anywhere between like 150 and 200 of those, and my cost basis was about $19 each. I remember selling them right around 20, maybe like $25 for quite a while. So I sold probably half of what I had, at like break even or loss. The remaining ones that I just sold at a little bit of profit, are they going to pay for what I already lost on? Or are we going to break even? Not really sure on the math on that, but, and some people think it's really weird that I do stuff like that, and that's fine. Everybody runs their things differently. But when you've got as much going on as I do, I just sell stuff that I know is at a profit. Sometimes there's some products that I sell, I only make $5-10 profit, $15 profit after shipping and fees and my original cost. But like you guys have seen, like Fusion Strike and stuff recently, there's stuff that, I sold a few booster boxes a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that my cost was about $90, and I was selling those for $800 a piece. So after fees and shipping, I'm still I don't know, over $500 in my pocket still after fees and shippings profit each. So it's like, I'm not going to sit down and like really worry about how much. I know people, for like the entertainment of the video, people want to know exactly how many dollars like went into my bank account. But even then, you've got taxes and self-employment fees, and it's too much. I pay a CPA, an accountant, to handle all my taxes. So I just keep my head down. I know, hey, there's some profit in this. It's worth selling right now, or it's not. Or I just need to move it and get the inventory space back in my warehouse. But, 90% of the stuff that I'm selling, I know that there's at least a little bit of profit in it or a lot of profit in it. And I don't worry about the exact numbers. I'm better off to just keep my head down, keep selling, keep the train going, and, let the accountant figure all that out. Let the accountant worry about the numbers and the tax man. So, yeah. Anyways, that was a long update. That was a long rant. I gotta put the camera down and start packing. Good Friday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wrapping up the week here today. We've got quite a bit of packages going out today, but meaning from what I already packed up yesterday. Orders wise, we only have 3. Let me show you. So we got these bath bombs that I bought a long time ago. I think these were clearanced out at a Walmart or something. I don't remember how much I paid. The set of them sold for $20. Is that another international sale? $14 shipping. That's crazy. So the order total is like $40. The dragon that I almost threw away that came in that like big lot of toys and video games that I bought, I almost threw it away, and then I finally through like Google image search figured out what it was, listed it, and got $15 out of it, surprisingly. And then we've got 4 more of these Rayquaza Keldeo battle decks sold for $39.89 a pop. So that total is like 160 or something. Yeah, 160, something like that. I've got 2 of those left. I've sold like 70 of those this week, which is kind of crazy. Here's the bulk of them. Somebody bought, what did they buy? They bought 10, and then another buyer reached out and bought 3 cases, and then the guy that bought the original 10 reached back out and said, hey, can I get them at a even lower price? I need more. And I was like, I just sold another 3 cases at 37, and he was like, all right, I'll take them at 37. So then he bought another 4 cases, and then that order came in, and then I have 2 left. So that's pretty cool. Finally going to get rid of a product. I know you guys have heard this story a lot, because that, I mean, it's an underlying theme of this business, is that you end up with a lot of that stuff. Unfortunately, you have to, every once in a while, you have to drop, you know, a few $1,000s on something that's going to sit in your inventory for years, potentially, unless you just fire sale it all and decide you're going to lose money right away. I kind of do it where, like, I'll sell some of it right off the rip, knowing that I'm going to lose some money or hopefully break even, just to get some space back, just to move some of it. And then some of it, you know, maybe half of it, maybe a quarter of it, whatever, I'll wait a few years, hope the market bounces back a little bit on it, and then I can make up the difference, or maybe even profit a little bit. That's kind of, you know, that's kind of how I go about it. But yeah, there's been quite a bit of those products over the years that that, you know, you're kind of forced to buy. You don't necessarily want. I mean, these are actually pretty cool because they've got like a Rayquaza promo in them, so they were like a fairly safe battle deck situation. But I've got a lot of decks that are just sitting around. So, but anyways, the guy that just bought these 4 cases, he's actually interested in more decks. I think he organizes like Pokemon tournaments, and when they host these tournaments, I guess they like build decks. From what it sounds like to me, they like build decks and let the people use the decks that come to the tournament. So maybe it's like a, you know, you enter the tournament, but then it's a pre-selected deck that's provided by the place that's hosting it. And then if they win, they get some of the decks or something. I don't know. Something along those lines. But regardless, it might help me move some of my old decks that have been sitting around forever. So that's pretty cool. But that's basically it, guys. I'm sorry it was a little bit of a shorter video. Like I said, I just kind of wasn't feeling it this week. I was a little burnt out on everything, just from the mass quantity of sales that we've been dealing with this month, which, you know, like, I know that's, you know, oh, woe is me kind of, you know, it's a good thing, obviously, but there is definitely burnout in how do you guys deal with burnout? Like, what should I do? You know, that's still something at my age that I'm getting better at, but it's, you know, because at the end of the day, I get to wake up, I get to do what I love. I get that. So I hate even like talking about it, but, I don't know. How do you guys deal with burnout? I feel like no matter what you do, there's burnout in it. Even if it's something you love and you're passionate about, you're really excited about it first, eventually it's going to get to a point where you're like, oh God, okay. Oh, you know, I just want to sit on the couch and play video games. But anyways, I love you guys. And, I'll update you guys with the numbers next. The buyer reached out and was very upset that this was not a brand new sealed Lost Origin Elite Trainer box. Massive damage, demanded a return, had to pay for the shipping to get it back to me, and then fully refund the buyer. That's the fun stuff you get to deal with when people are buying Pokemon from you, because, you know, if you're opening it, what would you care? Who cares? You're just going to open that, right? But, oh, those sealed collectors, if this seal isn't absolutely pristine, they don't want it, and they're going to send it back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for the month of May. For the main eBay account, we did $437 in sales. The Pokemon eBay, we did $2,321. TCG Player, $1,854 for a week total of $4,612, which isn't bad at all, considering I haven't really been listing I basically haven't been trying to generate sales. I've just been letting what was up sell as it did, you know, without really encouraging any sales, if that makes sense. And it brings us to a month total. Thank you, TCG Player, for that 10% promo. $54,627 in gross sales. Always seem to have people ask, but yeah, those are the numbers before everything, before my original costs, before shipping, before fees, before taxes, before all that. But $54,000 in sales for the month is something that I am very proud of. I don't know if I will push that hard again anytime soon. I would much rather do those $20,000 months. Those are much more manageable, a lot easier on my mental fatigue, and physical too. I mean, that's a lot of packages to have to deal with going in and out. So, yeah, great month. Happy that it happened. But I think we're going to pull back the reins a little bit and, just go for about half that per month, because that definitely wore me down. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you guys on the next video.